house, and it's easy to see why they call it that. Home of the Knights of UCF. What do you think about that? And this crowd is ready for a big one. Today, a Sunshine State showdown in Florida. They believe their level of football is just a cut above. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Miami Hurricanes. The Hurricanes will get us underway with the opening kickoff. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He's on the loose. And there he goes. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, UCF. Lining up for the PAT. And the PAT makes it 7-0. Not much coaches love more than finding points on special teams, and that 94-yard touchdown.
I want to know how this guy's leading to the Heisman, and he's like my backup running back. It's because he's returned like 5 touchdowns, and I have no idea.
So the Miami Hurricane offense will take the field to get things started. And if these two guys wind up getting matched up, David, we'll see what wins, speed or force.
Yeah, and you love to be physical and set the tone, and this linebacker does that consistently. Now, Jesse, keeping up with the speed on the other side, that's a different animal.
Might be different, but we're going to see this receiver work underneath on some drag routes.
I don't know what I just called.
You do not want to get caught in the wash against this linebacker.
This crowd bringing an ear-splitting welcome to their visitors. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip.
Okay, well, it worked, whatever it was.
Intercepted. Never had a chance to get rolling after the pick, but he gives them the ball in prime field position at the 40.
I'll tell you what, defensive dream, right? You dream about coming out, setting the tone. You practice your script all week of what you want to be in, how you want to be successful, and bam, right out the gates, forcing the INT. Let's go.
So UCF's offense will try to get something started with their first possession. Typically, the last thing a defense wants is to have a backer on a wide receiver, but we may see some of that today, guys.
Typically, you don't see linebackers that can run like this guy, and that's why they feel okay letting him cover this dynamic wide receiver one-on-one.
Yeah, and feel okay, it's not going to be a good thing. You better get your hands on him early. Put your physicality, let that win. It ain't going to be your speed.
Just inside the 30 at the 29, it's 1st and 10. Going to the ground. He showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
To the ground. He's got it again. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Knights!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Pocket starts to collapse. And they...
One of the things I love about this defense is they're so versatile in ways they can get after the quarterback. In their last game, they came away with 5 sacks, came from all over the place. They got the win. So you know in this one, they're going to dial up a lot of different looks. It's going to be tough for this offense to try to keep their quarterback standing up straight.
He's going to run it. At the 35, he's got room. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38.
I just love this guy's instincts, right? When things aren't open right away, he never panics. He just understands the situation where he is on the field, and he's so confident in his own natural ability that he has the ability to run, go get the first down, keep this drive rolling.
Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hit.
Nice job by the QB sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off and slide. I love this slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
Caught over the middle. It's McMillan. And he'll pick up the first down, but he got drilled on that tackle.
The thing I like about this slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route run. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry together.
Out of the gun, they'll run it inside.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
The give to the back. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last one.
Just what they'd hoped for on third down as they've got a first at the 32. And the Canes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. When they've got him looking one, now to pass. Gets it to the back.
I want to make sure I know where the playmakers are. And I can't let guys like this guy slip out of the backfield and make big plays against me. Good job being aware that they can throw the ball to running back, closing space, and getting that fast dude on the ground.
And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused on this running back in this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
Going for the big play.
No way he caught that, bro. Ain't no way.
Short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal.
Jeez.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels.
Good play call.
And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Hurricane. You want to keep your offense on the field? Wear down the defense.
I got cooked on that
Put that
bro.
tape on and show it in a clinic. That's the way it's done.
And as a defense, man, there's nothing more demoralizing. You can handle it when you give up 3, but to give up the touchdown at the end of a long drive, you're already exhausted. You've already been punked the whole way down the field. Man, that's frustrating.
Here he
Dude,
comes
ain't no
inside
way.
his own
I just
5.
he's gonna win the freaking Heisman off of kick returns.
There he goes. Open it up. He will score. Touchdown, UCF.
I don't understand it,
And he's in for
brothers.
the second score of the game. My goodness.
Am I just really
Note
good
to
at kick
self.
returns? I
Kickoff
don't know.
team. Don't kick it to him anymore. Squib it, kick it to the other guy. Just don't let that guy touch it again.
And he'll just take a
I don't
knee.
get
This
it.
drive will start at the 25.
Very confused.
Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on now, I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. He's going to pass. On the run, fires downfield.
Pick that off, right?
And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. After the misfire, it's 2nd and 10. Scanning the field, it's Gibbs. Floats it out in space. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the 1st down marker.
It's early in the game, and as offenses try to get their rhythm, these easy completions are very important because that's what helps you get your feet underneath you as an offense and as a unit. And hopefully, as this game goes on, they'll be able to rip up shots. Well, they needed 2 yards to get that first down. That's exactly what they got. Great job of execution.
No secret about it. Just got to be physical, get a hat on a hat, low man wins, all the cliches to get that 3rd down and short.
Looking to move it through the air.
Yeah, I'm just getting cooked in these freaking RPIs.
He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for
Pick one in a second, bro. Believe that.
This offense with a fresh set of downs.
Wait, why is...
They'll run it. Not a whole lot of room as he gets a couple inside the 30 to the 29.
Man, that D-tackle is a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back? Cat-like quickness.
After picking up a couple...
It's not wet, baby. Hey, it's not wet.
No.
What's wrong with it?
I can't get it out.
They'll run play action. Pressure coming.
Finally, bro.
Nowhere to go with the ball and down. He goes into 39.
And that is priority number one for defenses. Get to the quarterback. Affect him. Get hits on him. They do it right here. Get their first sack of the game. Last game, by the way, last time out, they had 5. Let's see what this defense can continue to do.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep.
Oh, brother, if he'd have caught that, I would have lost my freaking
Incomplete
mind.
pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. And the Canes will try to pin them back with the punt. First punt of the day, and he'll block to lock them up close to their goal line. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
You know, this zone replay is something they rep over and over and over in practice. This guy can run it and execute it in his sleep. Good decision there keeping the football.
Oh, my gosh. Get the ball. Thank you, big fella.
Oh, the offense very fortunate to fall on that.
Yeah, I'd say so.
That's the end of the quarter, and UCF has the lead. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. Now facing a 3rd down as they come back to the line after the break.
Probably beat these cats.
Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch.
Jeez, what are y'all doing, bro?
He's open on the right. Off he goes. You're not getting him on the ground. Still on his feet. That is exactly what you want to do with the football. He's got it all the way down to the 15-yard line.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the...
Got some room made it to the goal line. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there. Trying to slam in. Touchdown Knights. And they take it in for 6 more points. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in week 5? And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Precision blocking up front, created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Back to throw. It's Gibbs. Fires left.
Dude, get in front of the freaking
Really
ball.
nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with
Literally
the first down.
standing there, bro.
Well, it's a nice job snagging that pass. Miami has a tradition of Heisman Trophy quarterbacks. I get that, but guess what? If you're going to win Heisman Trophies, you're probably throwing to very talented wide receivers. Let's not forget about all the great receivers the Hurricanes have had as well. And they've got a special group this year. This guy right here is one of those dudes. He can beat you one-on-one with his speed, and he has really, really good hands as well.
And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds. Went with the running game on first down, now back at it. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
This running back in the Miami backfield is deadly because of his speed. He's so elusive. You get the feeling like he could score any single time he has the ball. He gives the offense a lot of balance, but he gives them that home run ability too.
They're going to ride this running back. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. That's reeled in. It's Cook. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
I'll tell you, the offense might be setting up a shot down the field here. You might see them later fake the wide receiver screen and see if they can hit a tight end or another receiver running up the boundary. Keep your eye open for that.
It's complete. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. He's going to reach for a long one, a 52-yard attempt.
Jeez.
That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Ohio State found a way to pick up the W, and a win is a win, but this was not the type of convincing victory they've gotten used to in Columbus. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams, but boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. To the air, it's Savage.
Oh my gosh, I pulled it, my freaking finger.
And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Man, that is picture-perfect cover zero. When I play cover zero, I'm bringing pressure, and that ball is going to come out. Look at the defense. Ready for that ball to come out of the quarterback's hand. Nice job breaking up the football and going and making the interception.
That was tough, bro. Oh. Pulled that something. All right.
They still have plenty of work to do.
They do, but that's a big score. You don't want to get late and start getting in the second half where you're fighting to come back by so many points. So great job getting points, get that momentum back on your side so you can come out and do some good things when you get the ball next time.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy.
Afterburner's coming. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
Nice job getting outside, right? Those running backs, they get on those tracks, they run outside. Now they're in the open field. It's so tough. Those safeties are flying down, try to get an angle, but you could tell the speed sets them up, makes the big play out to the left.
Lets it fly.
Oh.
Incomplete on the deep ball.
I'm gonna freak out, brothers.
Shot down the field was incomplete, but you got to keep
Wide
taking
open.
shots. Those receivers love to go deep. It gives them a breath of fresh air. They get more excitement. They're going to the quarterback with a little bit more juice because you know you're feeding them. So I would keep taking deep shots down the field.
After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Brad behind the line. It's Wiggins. Just feeding his pads to the defense as he gets it to the 36. From the 36, a third down, and you wonder if they're willing to take 2 plays to get the first. Looking to throw for it. He's going to take off. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down.
It's really frustrating for a defense when you cover that first play and you knew it was going to be a pass. You cover everything short, but then the quarterback just makes something happen. I mean, just good luck trying to get him. That's why he plays QB. That's why he's so dynamic.
The Knights look to keep this drive humming. He'll come out throwing on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
The give to the tailback. Finds a crease at the 20. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, UCF! Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, they're on top by 18. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. And he closed the deal by scooting 31 yards for the score. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on it.
Yeah, You just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They clearly found that dude. They score here. We're in for a ball game.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Wants to throw. It's Gibbs. Out of the backfield.
How did you get smoked like that,
Pick up
14?
and keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
There's got to be a sense of urgency for this offense right now. They're trailing. They're going to be kicking off to open the second half, so they need points. They need to go tempo. Maybe that last first down gets them a little bit of confidence.
The Canes getting set on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Using the quick game. They get him down after he makes the catch. Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Floating away. He felt the heat, trying to get away, but down he goes. He'll lose a yard or two. And the Hurricanes want to pick up the tempo. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air.
Pick that up.
He got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete. And here comes the punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over.
Open run. He's piled up 97 yards rushing. He continues to impress as he leads the nation in rushing. Big play out of the gate to start this drive, and here they come again. Dropping back, it's Savage. It's
Nowhere
complete.
to go there.
And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Got some of the work done on 1st. Now let's see what they have on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Getting some heat. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. Here they come, facing 3rd and long from the 40. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half. This is not leather helmet era football. This is analytics. Around midfield, 4-down territory. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. He lets one fly deep. And he's got it inside the 15-yard line. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. Now on 1st and goal, a score here, and that mountain is huge if you want to make a comeback. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Knights! They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
They'll throw it on 1st down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break.
Oh, man.
Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds. They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. To throw, it's Gibbs. They're trying to get to it. And that one's too high and too wide, out of bounds and incomplete.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now,
he lobs one high down the left side.
Oh.
He gets downfield to the big catch. Touchdown, Miami. Made the snag and strolled his way into the end zone.
What a terrible half, bro.
The offense, the Hail Mary, they go deep.
What a terrible half.
Where are they? Where is the defense? You got to stay as deep as the deepest and make sure this doesn't happen. The Hail Mary to success.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They come into this 3rd quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece, and this is coach speak, and very simple. I score. I get a stop. I score. I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
it's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops, so this is a critical drive here for this offense.
On 2nd down, he'll fire. A little release to the back. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
The inside handoff. Really tough run there. He got 4. That'll leave him a yard short on 4th down. The Hurricanes will punt this one away. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up.
Get
These
a
guys
block,
offensively have been able to go out and execute it.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Give to the running back. Knocked down after getting 6 all the way out to the 34-yard line. He now has 108 yards on the ground and just another day at the office for the national leader in rushing. It's 3rd down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. Trying to pick it up on the ground. Lifting, grabbing air. And the big gain, they've got it on the 46.
And obviously, this is one of the best offenses in the country, and it's because they get first downs. Top 10 in the nation picking up first downs. How nice is it to know you can turn around, hand it off to that guy right there, and let him go to work.
He's got his man, and he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
Stop is made at the 35-yard line, a 5-yard gain there, and it's a first down.
Offensively, and are you going to take 4 to 6 every play? Yes, please. Sign me up for that. I'm going to take that every single time. Great job by the offense. Staying patient, staying true to who they are. You want to run the football. You want to be physical. You want to establish yourself. Check, check, check.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Trying to find his man on first down. Makes the grab on the back. They make the stop, but the sweet blowing catch is plenty to give them a first down.
When we see another catch by this guy, this defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
Steps away to find some room. He just threw it away. The last thing you want to do is try to force something on first down in the red zone. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Back to throw, it's Savage. Setting up the screen. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving.
Great job, too, by the QB there. Holding the ball as long as possible, allowing the pass rush to get upfield, and at the very last second, getting it to his guys to get the first down.
That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my
and the freshman will chalk up a sack.
Wow, the Miami linebacker shows you his speed on that play, and linebacker in speed, synonymous when you're thinking about Miami Hurricane defense. Think about Ray Lewis, Jonathan Vilma, Dan Morgan, DJ Williams. Guys that can go sideline to sideline and guys that can rush the passer. Not easy to block.
Quick strike complete.
Oh, I thought I got it in.
And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
So surprised we have not been calling this guy's name more. He's one of the best tight ends in the country, but give the defense credit. They have had an...
What are y'all doing?
Touchdown, UCF! And the pummeling has started. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Penn State is going to enjoy the trip back to Happy Valley after a rock-solid performance. And you take care of business on the road, and you stack wins there in Beaver Stadium, and suddenly it's quite the resume. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings, and the other heads home licking its wounds.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. They'll line up for a second down play. Looking to throw, it's Gibbs. Quarterback moving. And he can find a receiver, and down he goes.
Defensive linemen live to get after the quarterback, to get sacks, to get by those big hog mollies up front on the offensive line and say, you taste dirt.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Trying to pick up the first, out of the backfield. He couldn't find anywhere to go, and now it's 4th down. And the Canes will bring the punt team onto the field. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, and how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive there.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they wanted. Now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit.
He's got it. And he's brought down after a nice game.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
Crosses the 30, he's got away. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy on the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Looking to go up top on first down.
Oh, he's open, bro.
Bought a little time, lets it go.
He's throwing him freaking out, brother. He's open.
Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. The Knights with the 1st and 10. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole.
Nowhere to go. Oh no, bro.
Defense
Not a
just
fumble.
cradling that fumble and securing it.
What a just
As a defender,
sloppy game,
love
bro.
the big
Sloppy,
hits.
sloppy
You
game.
know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you get the big hit and force the fumble.
He wants to start this drive with a pass. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. Second down coming up. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. He gets the job done, picking up
Every
the
time I
first
run
down, then
forwards,
getting down.
that happens.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
And he was knocked down immediately. Very short pickup on that one. Line getting set on second down. Looking to pass. It's Gibbs. Feeling some heat. Quarterback just flat missed him. Incomplete.
This defense has just been all over this guy all game long. Under pressure. They're finding a way to get to him and affect his rhythm. Of course, they have an interception in this game. That's why they've got a big lead here in the 4th quarter. This guy has never gotten into a rhythm.
And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are. You're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now through the play caller, certainly through the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
On 4th down, they're taking to the air.
What?
He's got a first down and maybe a lot more. And after a nice gain, the runner just scoots out of bounds. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. They want to just keep throwing it. He'll try to do it himself. Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit. They're about to snap it for the 7th time on this drive. Looking to pass on second down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Madden. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
29 Philly, 2-0.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
People talk about physical tackles all the time. That's how you deliver the boom. Lower your pads, run your feet, take that guy from him going forward to flat backwards on his back.
And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
And I know it's not a first down, but I still like the way they ran the football here. Just try to make the next third down manageable. Try to get it where it's not as predictable. I think the offense did a really good job being smart there, taking what the defense gave them.
To the air, it's Gibbs. Got his man quickly. And that is a nifty bit of navigation to get through that traffic and get the first down. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
He'll pick up 3 before he's downed at the 6. Second and goal for this offense. They'll keep it on the ground, right up the gut, looking for 6. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening. After a drive this long, a field goal would be a punch in the gut. It's 3rd and goal. Going for 6. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. And after the
Not my big
interception
boy.
and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business. Looking for a productive play on first down.
Let's go.
The give and tick, 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 tick. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Really nice run there. Good,
Foot
solid
fracture.
pickup,
Okay.
and they'll move the sticks
That's
with a
wonderful.
first down.
Big reason why his team has the lead right now late is because of his performance running the football. Well over 100 yards in this game. They knew that they were going to have to really put a lot of pressure on him. He'd have to shoulder the load, and he has delivered for his offense all game long.
What? That's
Into
not the
double
right.
coverage, and it's intercepted. Even with minimal gain on the return, they are working with a short field from the 36. First down here for the offense.
It's the worst game I've ever played. Easily.
Back to pass, it's Gibbs. He'll take a shot. Throw to the end zone, picked off.
Thankful
And
they're
the senior
terrible.
just snatched the ball out of the air and gave it back to his offense.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass.
Trying to get behind the defense. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. He's going to pass on second down. He'll take another shot here. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. 3rd and 10, still backed up inside their own 20. This drive hasn't really gotten started. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. He ended up going backwards on the play, and they will not convert that 3rd down.
And how about that? You don't see those, touch passes go for negative yards very often. Usually this is a short flip that counts as a completion that goes a long way, but the defense aggressive. Saw it, pulled the trigger, came out.
Going downfield for the big play. Snags it down the right side. Not much of a 4th down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense. We've reached a 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. They say it's still a game of field position, and that last one just flipped this baby. They've got it 1st and 10 in the red zone. Trying to cap this drive with the pass.
Jeez, what a terrible
Here
snap.
comes the rush, and they've got it wrapped up at the 28.
And that's exactly what this defense needed. They needed to have something positive. Given up some yardage, they've given up some plays, no big deal. Got right back in it on this drive with that big sack.
Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed.
And so many things have to come together perfectly for a screen to work for big yardage. And they were close. You could tell that almost busted, but they just got wrapped up, got a little bit of yardage, but they really wanted that one to be a big gainer.
On the move, it's Claiborne. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5.
What a big-time run for this offense. A physical run, getting down, almost scoring the touchdown.
Yeah, and considering how well they're running it right now, why wouldn't you just hand it off to this guy right here again?
He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. Talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack.
And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total. Lining up to add another. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Michigan left little doubt. This version of the Maize and Blue can hang with any of the teams of the past. And remember, this is a program with multiple national titles. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way. But I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. Bounced right back to them.
Doesn't it always seem like that ball is on the ground for like 30 seconds? You got 17 guys running at it, slow motion. Like, I got to get the football. Offense, very lucky to get that football.
Makes a grab, and he's dragged down.
I think in this situation, 2 minutes, trailing late, I think you got to be thrown to the sticks every time. I don't know if these short completions are going to get it done. You're just not going to have enough time to get down the field. So from a play calling standpoint, you want to think about being a little bit more aggressive.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. On the move, it's Gage. And the returner will be brought down. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? Final minute. This game's on ice. They can take a knee and run out the clock.
This offense has to feel great with how they're able to go out, execute, and perform big plays all game long. I think it's sending a statement, too, to future defenses down the road in the schedule. They're going to be tough to contend with.
Yeah, I mean, they got firepower, putting up so many points. This thing is easily over. Now they can just chillax, go back to the locker room, know they're going to get the victory.
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. He's right on target. They make the stop after the catch and still some work to do to pick up that first down. It'll be a run on 3rd and short. At the 35, he's open. Running toward the tape. And they get him out of bounds after an explosive run, just chewing up yardage
What a
along
weird
the way.
game.
This is what you're looking for when you have the better team. Go out and show it. Don't fool around with them. Go out and play to a standard of excellence.